We are now joined by our Coors Light pole winner, Brad Keselowski, driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Ford. Brad set a Coors Light Pole Award qualifying new track record today with a speed of 164.444 miles per hour, fifth pole in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, and second pole of 2014. This new qualifying format seems to suit your style a little bit, Brad. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been a good year for qualifying, and I'd say most years that has not been the case. So I'm not going to complain by any stretch of the imagination, but very happy with our effort, obviously today with qualifying on the pole, and as important as qualifying is here at Dover with pit road selection. So looking forward to Sunday's race, and obviously very pleased with our starting position.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Brad. Please raise your hand. We'll get a wireless mic to you. We'll start in the back with Jeff.
Jeff Gluck from USA Today. Brad, a lot of people would look at the success that Team Penske has had this year in qualifying and say, geez, what are they doing? What's their trick? What's the strategy? Is it anything more than just fast cars and you guys are fast this year?
Well, speed is the backbone of any success in motorsports. So being the backbone, that doesn't mean it's the totality of what you need. You need more than just that. You've got to execute, and you can't make any mistakes across the board with all the ancillary things that you have to work on with these cars. So, in that sense, we have a very strong backbone. Like you said, we've got great speed, and we've been executing very well on qualifying day, and we got to keep that up. It's been great, and we need to, do that in race trim as well. That's important in race trim. You got to execute, and we haven't been exactly where we want to be there. So. Qualifying good is, or qualifying well is a good start to the weekend, but there's a lot more to it with racing. So, we got to carry that over.
Okay, did I see another hand right here in the middle? Okay, go ahead with your question.
Hi, Joseph Walken, Speedway Digest. You didn't have so much success last year. How did you have so much success this year compared to last year? What's been the biggest difference?
Do you mean in qualifying or in racing? Both. I don't know if I feel like we're running a lot better than we did last year. I think at this time last year we were very similar in standings, laps led, finishes, other than having one win. But we are qualifying significantly better. So, I think the cars are built a lot differently than what they were last year. I think Ford has done a great job catching up with the front nose piece. They kind of got left behind on that one when the Gen 6 car came out and were allowed to catch up for 2014, so I think that was a big piece. I don't think we were far off before. We just needed those little pieces that were kind of outside of our control to be evened up, and I feel like that's the case now, and we're where we should be.
Okay, we'll take another one in the middle, then go back to Seth.
Bill Fleischman, Philadelphia Daily News. Brad, by our count, 11 drivers broke Dale Jr.'s record, qualifying record. Why do you think so many?
The bigger rear spoiler and the ride height rule. The bigger rear spoiler adds a considerable amount of downforce. There's also a different front belly pan, easy for me to say, that adds a lot of downforce as well, and that's just putting a lot of grip in the cars. Cars make more grip by a long shot than what they ever have. They went last year, and we finished the year, I think, somewhere around 2,600 to 2,800 pounds of downforce, and now they're making about 3,200 pounds. So that's a, significant increase in downforce, and we're seeing significant increases in speed to go with it, as we should, when the cars are by themselves. But in race mode, when you lose that downforce, you're seeing the speeds be very similar to what they were in years past.
Seth, did you have a question? Okay. Any other questions for Brad? Okay, we'll take a question right here on the left. If we can get a mic to her, please.
Mary Jo Buchanan with Speedway Media. Joey and Kyle were in, and they were talking about catching a cloud. Were you playing that weather game as well?
Yeah, clouds are helpful, but at a track that's concrete like the Monster Mile is here, it's not quite as impactful as it is at other surfaces. The white concrete doesn't attract as much heat as the black asphalt does, and certainly temperatures make a difference, but it's just not quite as impactful here. And the sun was kind of coming in and out, and I went out right as the clouds were about to roll in, but I missed them actually by about a minute. So we still put down a good lap, but this track probably had a little more speed in it if we could have caught the clouds just right.
Okay, we'll take our final question here in the middle. Did I see a hand here? Wait, let's get a mic. You got the mic? Go ahead.
Brad, Scott Walsh from the Scranton Times-Tribune in Pennsylvania. Because of so much success that you've had under this new qualifying format, how do you think it'll play out, the format next week at Pocono?
Pocono could be very interesting with, that track, back to Mary Jo's question, is probably one of the most sensitive tracks as it pertains to suns and clouds. And as large as the facility is, it's very easy to have one part of the track that's under shade, another part under sun. So those things should all play into it, and it should make it fun. But one thing I can say about this qualifying session, it was air apparent last week at Charlotte. It used to be when we ran and qualified that it wasn't a fair opportunity for everyone, in the sense that some cars would go out as the sun was setting down and the track would be its hottest, and other cars would go out late at night and not have that same opportunity. I think this year we're seeing where it's a fair opportunity for everyone. There's nothing that keeps you on pit road if you want to go out, and that kind of eliminates a lot of those variables, and it's in your hands to make the right decision. And I think that's a lot of fun for me personally, and I think it adds a little more into it, as it should. It puts a little more skill and instinct into the game, which I think we all have interest in seeing the teams that put the most skill and thought into it running up front and winning.
Brad, congratulations on your second pole of 2014, and good luck on Sunday.
Christy, appreciate it. Thank you, media.